Hello my dear students, how are you all? I hope you all are good. So in this video we are going to discuss the NEET as well as CET questions on the first chapter of second year syllabus, that is electric charges and fields. So we are discussing questions on electric charges and Coulomb force. The topic is electric charges and Coulomb force, and this is the second part of the video. I hope you watched my first part on this same topic. In the first part we discussed 10 questions. So if you didn't watch it yet, the link is in the description. You can go and watch the first part, and in the second part we are discussing some more questions on this topic. So let's start. So the first question what we have is, the question is, three equal charges are placed on the three corners of a square. If force between Q1 and Q2 is F12 and that between Q1 and Q3 is F13, the ratio of magnitudes F12 divided by F13 is. Okay, so I hope you got the question. We have three equal charges. Three equal charges means they have equal magnitude. So three equal charges are placed at the three corners of a square. So let us draw a square and let us place the charges at three square. Okay. Now we have a square like this. Now let us place the charges here at the three corners. Here I will place Q1, here I will place Q2, here I will place Q3. So these charges have equal magnitude, isn't it? As you can see in the question, three charges of three equal charges they are saying. So they should have equal magnitude. So let us consider this is a square, and the side of the square is assumed as A and A. Let us assume the sides of this square is taken as A and A. Okay. Now what is given? The force between Q1 and Q2 is F12. Now let us, obviously which kind of force is there? Because all the three charges have equal magnitude means the nature of the force is repulsive, isn't it? So there is a repulsive force between them. So let us assume the force between Q1 and Q2 is in this direction, it is F12, and next the force between Q1 and Q3 means this is a repulsive force like this, it is F13. In this way it is there. Okay. Now let us write the expression of this F12 and F13 between the same two charges. Now what is the expression of F12 will get? F12 को कैसे लिखोगे? F12 को हम लिखेंगे 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. So this is becomes your constant, isn't it? So this is a constant. For this constant I will write just K Q1 Q2 divided by what? Distance between them. So what is the distance between Q1 and Q2 from the figure? It is A. So therefore it is A square. The side of the square is A. So distance between Q1 and Q2 becomes A. So as what is given? Given is Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q3 is equal to Q only. They have same magnitude. Okay. So it becomes, what is F12 becomes? F12 becomes K Q square divided by A square, isn't it? Because Q1 Q2 are both are same. Okay. Now what is the expression of F13 will get? F13 is equal to again constant 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. K is a constant, again Q1 Q3 divided by. Now what should be the distance between Q1 and Q3? As you can see, the Q1 and Q3, if three charges are placed at the three corners like this, then Q1 and Q3 are at the opposite side of the square along the diagonal. So here Q1 and Q2 becomes side by side, therefore the distance is A. But here if you see, Q1 and Q3 are along the diagonal of the square. So let us find out this diagonal here. So if this side is A and this side is A, what should be this side? Along the, by using the Pythagoras theorem, what is this side? So it becomes, obviously what will get? A square plus A square, isn't it? According to Pythagoras theorem, this square plus this side square. So a square plus a square becomes 2a square. Okay, so this side square, this q1 and q3 square, this side square is equal to this square plus this side square according to Pythagoras theorem. So after rooting it, root of 2a square, what we will get? We will get a root 2, isn't it? A into root 2 will get a into root 2. So this side becomes what? This side becomes a root 2. Okay, so a root 2 square. So distance between q1 and q3 becomes a root 2. So it becomes a into root 2 whole square, isn't it? Now let us simplify this one again. So f12 would call this one. Now f13. Now let us simplify this. f13 is equal to k, q1 and q3 both are same. So this is q square divided by, now square of this, it becomes 2a square, isn't it? 2a square will get. Now f13 will got. Now what we need to find out here from the equation, the ratio f12 by f13 is, okay. Now let us take the ratio. f12 divided by f13 becomes what? f12 is k q square divided by a square into 2a square divided by k into q square. So kq square, a square get cancelled. So the ratio f12 divided by f13 becomes what? It becomes equal to 2. Now is it there in the options? So option A is 0.5, options B is 1, option C is 1.5 and option D is 2. So here the right answer what we have is, this is the right answer. Okay, 2 is the right answer. I hope you got this one. Okay, now let us move towards the next question. Okay, so what is given here? See, two positive point charges are 3 meter apart and their combined charge is 20 microcoulomb. Okay, if the force between them is 0.075 Newton, then the charges are, okay. So this is a question what we have. Two positive point charges, okay, according to the question, two positive point charges are 3 meter apart and their combined charges is 20 microcoulomb. Okay, so if you assume each charge as q1 and q2, if you assume each charges, so q1 and q2 is not given, we need to find out the q1 and q2, but q1 plus q2 is given. The combined charge q1 and plus q2, when you did, what the value will get? We get 20 microcoulomb. So q1 plus q2 is given, okay, and also what is given? The distance between the two charges is given, which is 3 meter, and the force between them is also given, which is 0.075 Newton. And what we need to find out? We need to find out the value of each charge. As you can see in the options, 10 microcoulomb, 10 microcoulomb. q1 and q2, according to the options 1, it may be 10 and bed. When you combine them, again it becomes 20. Already it is given in the question. Okay. Options B, according to options B, 15 microcoulomb and 5 microcoulomb. When again the total charge becomes 20. So this maybe might correct, don't know. According to C, 12 microcoulomb q1 and q2 becomes 8 according to these options. Again the combined charge becomes 20. So this may be also right answer. But D, C, D here, 14 microcoulomb and 6 microcoulomb. Q1, if Q1 is 14, Q2 is 6. Again the combined charge, if you see, again it is 20 microcoulomb. So all options are looks like similar. No, so any one is the right answer, but we need to find it. Okay, so again what is given? The combined charge Q1 plus Q2 is given. Also the distance between the charge is given, force between the charges given. We need to find out the value of each charge. Okay, then what we have to do is, let us go as usual according to the same formula. So what is the formula? Force between the charges. Force between the charges is given by 1 divided by 4 pi x pro naught q1 q2 divided by r square. So here we don't know q1 q2, but we know others values. So what is the value of this f? F is given already, what is f? F is 0.075 is equal to, what is the value of this 1 divided by 4 pi x power naught? It is approximate 9 into 10 to the power 9, isn't it? Into q1, q2, we don't know the value of q1, q2, divided by, we know the value of r is 3 meter, so it becomes r square. Okay, so from this, can we get the value of q1 into q2? Can you get q1 into q2? Yes, we can get the value of q1 into q2. We don't know q1, q2, but we get the value of q1 into q2. So how you solve this one? Okay, now see here. So 0.075 is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 into q1, q2 divided by 3 square is again 9. So 9 and get cancel here. Now what is q1 into q2? Tell me, what is q1 into q2? So when you bring this 10 to the power minus 9, this side become divide, and when it comes upside, it becomes minus 9. So q1 into q2 we got the value, and what is that? 0.075 into 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb square, because it is q1 into q2. So this we got. Okay, q1 into q2 we got. So now what we have is, we have q1 plus q2 value and q1 into q2 value. Now anyhow, can we get the value of q1 minus q2? Can you get one more value of q1 minus q2? How will get that? Tell me. I want the value of q1 minus q2, and how you get that? So we have a very important relation in mathematics, that is q1 minus q2 whole square becomes equal to q1 plus q2 whole square minus 4 q1 q2. So this is a formula I have. By using this formula, I get the value, one more value of q1 minus q2. Okay, तो ऑलरेडी मेरे पास q1 प्लस q2 है, q1 इंटू q2 भी मुझे वैल्यू मिल चुका है, बस मुझे और एक वैल्यू चाहिए q1 माइनस q2 की, जिससे मैं q1 q2 को निकाल सकूं. तो ये q1 माइनस q2 कैसे मिलेगा? हमें इस फार्मूले से मिलेगा. तो देखो ये a माइनस बी होल स्क्वायर का फार्मूला बनेगा a स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर, a प्लस बी होल स्क्वायर माइनस 4ab. ठीक है, तो आई होप इसको पता होगा ये कैसे आया. देखो ये ऐसा फार्मूला बनता है, a माइनस बी होल स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू a प्लस बी होल स्क्वायर माइनस 4ab. Now see how it becomes. What is a plus b whole square? It is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now this is minus 4ab. Minus 4ab. Now what it becomes? It becomes a square plus b square. So plus 2ab minus 4ab becomes what? Minus 2ab. And what is this equivalent to? Now again this is equivalent to a minus b whole square. Isn't it? So from the same formula you will get. So let us find the value of this. Okay. Okay. Now from using this formula we have to find out q1 minus q2 value. So q1 minus q2 whole square is equal to. So we already know q1 plus q2. What is q1 plus q2? Here, see here. q1 plus q2 is 20 microcoulomb. So it becomes 20 into 10 to the power minus 6. Micro means 10 to the power minus 6 whole square minus 4. Now we also know q1 into q2 value. What is that? 0.075 10 to the power minus 9, isn't it? So into 0.075 into 10 to the power minus 9. Now just need to simplify this one. So it becomes, so 200 square 20 square becomes 400 into 10 to the power. So 10 to the power minus 6 whole square becomes 6 to the 12. So it is minus 12 minus, now 4 into 0.075. It becomes what? 4 into 0.075. So just make it 4 into 0.075. So it becomes 0.3 into 10 to the power minus 9 as it is. Okay. Now there is a minus sign here. We are not able to subtract it because their exponents are different now. It is minus 9, it is minus 12. So can you make this minus 9 as minus 12? इस minus 9 को minus 12 कर सकते हो क्या आप? Yes, हम कर सकते हैं. तो इसको एज इट इज रखेंगे 400 इंटू 10⁻12 माइनस, तो इस -10 को -12 करना है तो हमें डेसिमल पॉइंट कहाँ पे मूव करना पड़ेगा, आपके राइट की तरफ। कितने बार, 9 है, 9 10 11 12, तो 3 बार हमें इसको यहाँ पे मूव करना पड़ेगा। एंड व्हाट इट बिकम्स 300 इंटू 10⁻12। okay, now here also 10⁻12, here also 10⁻12, so you just take it common. Okay, so when you take it common, what it becomes 400 minus 300 into 10⁻12 get common. And what is 400 minus 300? Yes, it is 100. So q1 minus q2 whole square is equal to what, 100 into 10⁻12. बट व्हाट वी वांट q1 माइनस q2, इट इज होल स्क्वायर, q1 माइनस q2 हमें चाहिए, तो स्क्वायर यहाँ पे जाके क्या बनेगा, रूट बनेगा। तो q1 माइनस q2 क्या बनेगा, तो अंडर रूट ऑफ 100 इंटू 10⁻12। तो इसका आंसर क्या मिलेगा हमें, q1 माइनस q2, 100 रूट इज 10 इंटू रूट ऑफ 10⁻12 becomes 10⁻6. So we will got this one. So q1 minus q2 also we got. Okay. So now we have the value of q1 plus q2 and also we have a value of q1 minus q2. Now just solving these two equations will get the value of q1 and q2. Now see here again, what is q1 plus q2 we have? q1 plus q2 is equal to 20 micro, isn't it? 20 into 10⁻6. And also q1 minus q2 we got, what is that, 10 into 10⁻6. Now just we have to solve this equation. We don't need to multiply anything, we don't need to change the sign. Now यार इक्वेशन एक ऐड बढ़ाना, अभी दोनों इक्वेशन को हमें ऐड करना है बस, ठीक है। तो ऐड करने के लिए चेंज ऑफ साइन करने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे प्लस q2 माइनस q2 कैंसिल होगा। तो ये क्या होगा, q1 प्लस q1 बिकम्स 2q1 इज इक्वल टू, तो 10 प्लस 20 कितना होगा, 30 होगा। कॉमन क्या निकलेगा, 10⁻6, क्योंकि हमें ऐड करना है। ओके, नाउ व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ q1, टेल मी, 30 इंटू 10⁻6 डिवाइडेड बाई 2 and what it becomes, so q1 will got 50 into 10⁻6, 15 sorry, 15 10⁻6 coulomb. So this is what we got, means q1 is what, 15 microcoulomb, isn't it? We got the value of q1. Now substitute this q1 value in any this equation, either this equation or this equation, put in any one equation. So let us put this in this equation. Okay. Okay, now q1 plus q2 is equal to 20 into 10⁻6. Now we got value of q1, and what is that, 15 into 10⁻6 plus q2 is equal to 20 into 10⁻6. Now q2 is equal to what, 20 into 10⁻6 minus 15 into 10⁻6. What is q2? Q2 is what is got, we got 5 microcoulomb, isn't it? So q2 is 5 microcoulomb. So this is the value of q1 and q2. So q1 becomes 15 microcoulomb and q2 becomes 5 microcoulomb. So it is there in the options. Let us check whether it is there in the not. Okay. Now see options 1 10 10, q1 is 10 micro, q2 is 10. Option B, see 15 microcoulomb and 5 microcoulomb. So what we got? We got this answer. So right answer is here B, 15 microcoulomb and what, 5 microcoulomb. Okay, so I hope you got this one, how to solve this. So in numerical already q1 plus q2 is given. From this formula we got q1 into q2 also, and one more thing we want, that is q1 minus q2 we got from this equation. Okay, so see, very simple here, no need to use calculator, nothing, very simple calculation it has. Okay, so finally we got the value, q1 is 15 micro and 5 microcoulomb. Okay, then let us move to the next question. Okay, so this is the question what we have, looks very big but very easy to solve. Now see here, 4 point charges are placed at the corners of ABCD of side 10 centimeter as shown in the figure. So see, we have a square ABCD, each side is of 10 centimeter and 4 point charges are placed like this. So see, at a point A 3 microcoulomb charge is placed, at a point D minus 4 is there, and at a point C plus 3 microcoulomb is there, and at a point B minus 4 microcoulomb charge is there. Okay. The force on the charge 1 microcoulomb placed at the center of the square is. So if you place 1 microcoulomb charge at the center, what is the force on that charge they are asking. Okay. Now let us try to solve this one. Now see, let us talk about the force between charge at A and charge at O. Charge at O is what? At the center it is 1 microcoulomb charge and charge at A is 3 microcoulomb. Now let us see, both charges are positive, as you can see. This is also positive charge, this is also positive charge. And now let us consider the force. Which kind of force it is? Obviously it is a repulsive force. Okay. So there is a repulsive force like this. And let us call this force as F1. Force between charge at A and charge at O. Let us call it as F1. It is repulsive force. तो उस चार्ज को F1 बोल के कंसिडर करो, हम बाद में F1 निकाल सकते हैं. ठीक है. Now, what is the force? What is the value of force on the charge at O? Charge at O here and charge at C. It is also plus 3 microcoulomb. Again, both are positive. And what is the nature of that force? Again, repulsive. So this is, let us call it as F2. And can we say that here F1 and F2 are both same, because both are the force between 1 microcoulomb charge and plus 3 microcoulomb charge. Here also 1 microcoulomb charge, here also plus 3 microcoulomb charge. But both have opposite direction, but they should have same magnitude, isn't it? Now just tell me, what is the total force on the charge at O due to charge at A and charge at C? The total force. See, these two forces are equal in magnitude, but they are opposite in direction. So F1 is equal to minus F2, it is actually. It means the total force at O, the force at O becomes 0, isn't it? The total force at O becomes what? The total force at O is 0, means at the center is 0 due to these two charges, isn't it? Now same way, let us take the force between charge at O here middle and charge at D. It is minus 4 coulomb charge. Here also it is minus 4 coulomb charge, 4 microcoulomb charge. Now what is the nature of the force? Obviously it is attractive. Okay. If you call this F3 and this F4, we can say F3 is equal to minus of F4. They should have same magnitude, because it is again force between 1 microcoulomb charge plus 1 microcoulomb and minus 4 microcoulomb. Here also it is minus 4 and plus 1 microcoulomb. Both should have attractive force, both should have same forces but opposite in direction. Now what is the resultant force at O? Again it is 0. It means what is the total force at charge at O due to all the 4 charges? It is 0. So what is the right answer we have? D is the right answer. The total force at O is 0 due to all the charges. Okay. So in this particular situation it is given, but for all the situation it is not given. In the not, it is not like same, it is not 0. Sometimes you need to calculate it. Okay. So this is a very easy one. Let us move to the next one. Okay. So we have this numerical. Let us try to understand it first. A charge Q1 exerts some force on a second charge Q2. A Q1 charge is exerting some force on the second charge Q2. If third charge Q3 is brought near to it, the force of Q1 exerted on Q2 is, they are asking. तो दो चार्जेस है Q1 और Q2, तो Q1 चार्ज Q2 के चार्ज के ऊपर फोर्स एक्सर्ट कर रहा है. अगर हम और एक चार्ज Q3 लेके आते हैं वहां पे, तो Q1 और Q2 के बीच का फोर्स क्या होगा? तो यहाँ पे फर्स्ट ऑप्शन कह रहा है कि डिक्रीजेस, अकॉर्डिंग टू सेकेंड ऑप्शन इंक्रीजेस. third option remains unchanged, and D option says increases if Q3 is same sign as Q1 and decreases if Q3 is opposite sign. Okay. So here I like to tell you that if this is a Q1 charge and this is a Q2 charge, and if F is the force between these two charge, okay, then if you brought another charge Q3, then the force between these two charges is always remains constant. It is not changed. Obviously there is a force between Q1 and Q3 and Q2 and Q3, but the force between these two charges is always remains constant. The force between any two charge in the system is always remains same. It never affected by the presence of other charges. You got it? So therefore the right answer here is C. C is the right answer. Remains unchanged. So remember this. This is a conceptual question. This is a logical question. So the force between any two charges, okay, in the system is unaffected by the presence of third charge. You have to always remember this concept. Okay. So therefore the right answer here is C. Okay. Now let us move to the next question. Okay. So now we have a question is three charges each equal to 2 microcoulomb. We have three charges each equal to how much? 2 microcoulomb are placed at the corners of an equilateral triangle. तो तीन चार्जेस है, तीनों की वैल्यू कितनी है? 20 माइक्रोकूलम है. तीनों कहां पे रखा हुआ है? At the corners of equilateral triangle. Okay. If force between any two charges 2F, then the net force on the either will be. तो किसी दो चार्जेस के बीच में अगर 2F फोर्स रहेगा तो रिजल्टेंट फोर्स थर्ड चार्ज के ऊपर कितना रहेगा उसको निकालो बोला है. ठीक है. तो ऑप्शंस आपके सामने है ए बी सी डी. तो अभी हम क्या करेंगे? हम एक इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल को इमेजिन करेंगे. So let us consider this is an equilateral triangle and let us take three charges each equal to 2 microcoulomb. Okay. So here it is a charge of 2 microcoulomb. Here also we charge 2 microcoulomb. Here also we charge 2 microcoulomb. So each charge is same. Now if each charge is same and equal in magnitude, as you can see all charges are positive. Now if the force between any two charges is 2F, now let us assume the force between these two charges. And what is the nature of the force, guys? Yes, it is a repulsive force because all three charges are equal. तो ये force कैसे रहेगा? ये repulsive रहेगा. तो ये दो बीच के charges का बीच का force अगर मैं consider करता हूँ F here, then what is the force between these two charges? It is also in this direction, because it is also repulsive, and because all the three charges are same, this force is also F. If this is F, this is also F, because all the three charges are same. And what is the nature of the force? Repulsive. So force between these two charges is in this direction, F, and also force between these two charges is also in this direction, F. Now what is the resultant force they are asking on the third charge? So resultant force, the resultant force is in this direction. The resultant force is in this direction, making, and the angle between these two charges is what? 60 degree, isn't it? Because it is equilateral triangle, each side is of 60 degree. So what is the angle between this F and F? 60 degree. Now how to find out the resultant force? So the resultant force we calculated as under root of F square plus, this is also F square plus 2F and F into cos theta, isn't it? Okay. Now see here what it becomes. So Fr is equal to under root of F square plus 2F into F means again 2F square into cos 60 degree. Now what is the value of cos 60? Cos 60 is 1 by 2. Okay. Now we will put the value here into 1 by 2. Now 2 get cancelled here. What remains? Fr is equal to under root of, okay, under root of what? F square plus F square plus F square. Okay, and what it becomes? It becomes Fr is equal to under root of 3F square. 3F square, isn't it? So what is the value of F they are giving? So in the numerical, what they are giving is, if the force between any two charges is 2F. Now I am considering F here. Now it is 2F. If it is F value is 2F. If force between any two charges is 2F, okay, if it is 2F, then what is F? F becomes 2F. So Fr is equal to what? Under root of 3. What is F? F becomes 2F. So it is 2F square. Means it is what? Under root of what? Under root of, it becomes 3 4F square. Okay, 3 into 4F square. So can I write this as 2 under root 3 into F? Can I write this like this? Because 4 root is 2 comes outside, root 3 as it is, F square and root becomes cancelled, it becomes F. So can we got the answer? Yes, we got the answer here. Options A, as you can see, 2 root 3 into F. 2 root 3 into F. Because see, what they are saying is, if the force between any two charges is 2F, तो यहाँ पे हमने F assume किया था, अभी हमें पता है any force क्या है, 2F है. तो अब यहाँ पे अगर आप F की वैल्यू पुट कर दोगे 2F, तो ये कितना बन जाएगा? 2F square becomes 4F square, isn't it? Now this is the answer we got, 2 root 3 into F. I hope you got this. So this is the right answer we have, 2 root 3 into F. Very easy to understand. Okay, now let us move to the next question. Okay, now again a very important question we have, and basically guys, this is a question from basically it is JEE question. This is a JEE question actually, but very easy to understand. I included this question because you should feel very good regarding this solving such kind of questions also, but very easy to understand. See here, it is a very conceptual, you have to think more in this case, but we'll get the answer. Now see, I will kept here. Okay, now see read the question. Force between two identical charges placed at a distance of r in vacuum is F. Full stop. So we have two identical charges which are placed in vacuum, which is at a distance r, and the force between them is F. Okay. Now next see. Now a slab of dielectric constant 4 is inserted between these two charges. If the thickness of the slab is r by 2, then the force between the charges will become. Okay. Now guys, let us understand the concept of force between the two charges in vacuum and force between the same two charges when dielectric medium is present between them. Okay. तो usually हम कैसा लिखते हैं? Force between two charges in air. How you wrote? 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square, isn't it? So this is the formula of force between the charges when the charges are present in air, isn't it? Where what is epsilon naught? Epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space, and we know the value of epsilon naught here. And now what if the same two charges are present in other medium of dielectric constant K between the two charges? Then how you write force between the same two charges present in other medium other than air or vacuum? We write this equation as 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into K, isn't it? तो हम क्या कर देते हैं? परमिटिविटी ऑफ फ्री स्पेस के साथ परमिटिविटी ऑफ वो मीडियम, उसकी वैल्यू डाइलेक्ट्रिक कांस्टेंट हम बोलते हैं, उसको हम मल्टीप्लाई कर देते हैं, है ना? तो ये बनेगा q1 q2 डिवाइड बाय r स्क्वायर एज इट इज. So this is the force between the same two charges when they are present in other medium. तो बस हमें क्या करना है, उस मीडियम का k वैल्यू इसके साथ मल्टीप्लाई करना है, परमिटिविटी ऑफ फ्री स्पेस के साथ. सही है. तो जब हम दोनों इक्वेशन को कंपेयर करेंगे, when you compare, or if I write this equation as, so can I write this equation as Fm is equal to, I will bring this 1 by k outside. So 1 by k outside, what it becomes? 1 divided by 4 pi x power naught q1 q2 by r square. And what is this? This is the force between the two charges when they are in air. So this is what we have here. Okay. Now what it becomes? Force between the two charges in medium is equal to 1 divided by k times the force between the same two charges present in air. So this is how the force between the charges varies when the medium between the charges changes. And how it varies? It is basically force between the charges in that medium is equal to force between the same charges in air divided by k. So basically it is inversely proportional, so therefore it is decreases. तो कहने का मतलब क्या है भाई, फोर्स बिटवीन टू चार्जेस एयर में जितना रहेगा, अगर वो मीडियम में आप रखोगे तो दोनों के बीच का फोर्स डिक्रीज होगा. कितना डिक्रीज होगा? k टाइम्स डिक्रीज होगा. ठीक है. आई होप यू गॉट इट. समझ में आया बच्चों आपको? तो इस तरह से फोर्स बिटवीन टू चार्जेस मीडियम के साथ वेरीज होता है. तो ये तो कॉन्सेप्ट हमने पढ़ा था. ठीक है. ये तो थियोरेटिकल कॉन्सेप्ट है, हमें पता है ये कॉन्सेप्ट. तो अभी हम न्यूमेरिकल पे गौर करेंगे. न्यूमेरिकल पे क्या दिया है उसमें फोकस करेंगे. ठीक है. सो लेट अस फोकस ऑन द न्यूमेरिकल्स नाउ. ओके. नाउ सी the force between two identical charges, see identical charges, they have equal magnitude and same polarity. So the force between two identical charges placed at a certain distance of r in vacuum is F. Okay. तो क्या था भाई सिचुएशन? हमारे पास दो चार्जेस थे. देखिए यहाँ पे हमारे पास दो चार्जेस थे. कैसे चार्जेस थे भाई? ये भी Q, ये भी Q. ठीक है. दो सेम चार्जेस है और ये दोनों के बीच का डिस्टेंस क्या है? r है. और दोनों कहाँ पे रखा हुआ है? वैक्यूम में है. तो दोनों के बीच का फोर्स हम कैसे लिखेंगे? F इज इक्वल टू 1 डिवाइडेड बाय 4 पाई एक्स पावर नॉट Q1 एंड Q2, Q1 इंटू Q2, बिकॉज बोथ आर सेम, इट बिकम्स Q स्क्वायर डिवाइड बाय R स्क्वायर. सो दिस इज द फोर्स बिटवीन दीज टू चार्जेस. ओके. तो यहां तक तो क्लियर है. अभी आगे देखिए. Now the slab of dielectric constant 4 is inserted between these two charges, and if the thickness of the slab is r by 2, then the force between the charges will become. तो अभी क्या था? हमारे पास दो चार्जेस थे ऐसे, एक चार्ज, दोनों के बीच का डिस्टेंस दिया हुआ था. दोनों चार्जेस वैक्यूम में थे तो दोनों के बीच का फोर्स क्या हो गया? ये हो गया. अभी हमने क्या किया, ये दो चार्जेस थे ना, Q1 और Q. ये दोनों चार्जेस के बीच में हमने क्या कर दिया है? ये दोनों बीच का डिस्टेंस. अभी हम दोनों के बीच में हमने क्या किया है? एक डाइलेक्ट्रिक का स्लैब हमने इंसर्ट किया है. एक डाइलेक्ट्रिक मीडियम, एक डाइलेक्ट्रिक स्लैब हमने इसमें इंसर्ट किया है. ठीक है. तो यह है डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल का एक स्लैब जिसका K वैल्यू कितना है? 4 है. ठीक है. और इसका लेंथ देखिए भाई, इसका लेंथ क्या दिया है? अगर टोटल डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द चार्जेस r है तो ये इसका आधा है. मतलब यहां पे हुआ क्या है? आधा, द मीडियम बिटवीन द टू चार्जेस इज हाफ फिल्ड विथ एयर एंड हाफ फिल्ड विथ मीडियम. तो देखो सिचुएशन इतना क्रिटिकल बनाया है इन्होंने. तो दोनों के बीच का जो मीडियम था, आधा जो है एयर से फिल्ड है, मतलब वैक्यूम से फिल्ड है, और आधा जो है मीडियम से फिल्ड है. ठीक है. तो हमें ऑलरेडी पता है फोर्स बिटवीन द टू चार्जेस अगर मीडियम में रखेंगे तो फोर्स डिक्रीज हो जाता. लेकिन यहां पे कंप्लीटली फिल्ड नहीं है, यह आधा फिल्ड है. हाफ इज फिल्ड विथ मीडियम एंड हाफ इज फिल्ड विथ द वैक्यूम. नाउ हियर let us try to understand. Now we have an idea about what is the relation between force between the two charges and dielectric constant K. How they are proportional, we know that they are inversely proportional. We have an idea about relation between F and K, isn't it? But also we need to understand what is the relation between dielectric constant and the distance between the charges. अभी हमें इसके बीच का डिस्टेंस, इसका बीच का रिलेशन को समझना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? लेट अस ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. ओके, नाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड the relation between dielectric constant and the distance, how the force between two charges is varies with distance. We know that it is inversely according to this formula. Force between charges is varies inversely, and also force between charges varies inversely with the K value constant. ठीक है? Now let us understand what is the relation between K and the distance. Okay, how is varies with the distance, K value, how the force varies with distance depending on the K value. Let us understand that. Okay, so for that assume that, अभी देखो सिंपल सी बात है, आपको समझाता हूं. दो चार्जेस है भाई Q1 Q2. अभी दोनों कहां पे है? समझो एयर में प्रेजेंट है, समझो एयर नहीं तो वैक्यूम, और समझो दोनों के बीच का फोर्स है 4 न्यूटन. अज्यूम करो, ठीक है? दो चार्जेस है Q1 Q2, दोनों अभी एयर और वैक्यूम में प्रेजेंट है, दोनों के बीच का फोर्स क्या है? 4 न्यूटन है. समझो अगर इन दोनों के बीच में मैं एक डाइलेक्ट्रिक मीडियम ला के रखूंगा जिसका डाइलेक्ट्रिक कांस्टेंट K है, तो फोर्स क्या होगा? फोर्स डिक्रीज होगा. व्हेन आई फिल दिस कंप्लीटली विथ द मीडियम, कंप्लीट विद अदर मीडियम, व्हाट हैपेंस? फोर्स डिक्रीजेस, एंड सपोज द फोर्स डिक्रीजेस बाय 2 न्यूटन. पहले कितना था? समझो कि 4 न्यूटन था, तब वैक्यूम था, वैक्यूम और एयर था. अभी मीडियम लाके रखने के बाद 4 डिक्रीज हुआ, कितना हुआ? समझो 2 न्यूटन हुआ. अभी मुझे फिर से फोर्स बिटवीन द सेम टू चार्जेस 4 न्यूटन करना है. अगेन आई वांट टू मेक द फोर्स बिटवीन द सेम चार्जेस 4 न्यूटन ओनली विथ मीडियम ओनली. मीडियम ही चाहिए और फोर्स मुझे 4 न्यूटन भी चाहिए. तो क्या करोगे भाई? अब क्या करोगे? डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द चार्जेस को बढ़ा दोगे. नाउ व्हाट विल डू इज वी जस्ट इंक्रीज द डिस्टेंस. दिस इज Q1, this is Q2, and what we have a medium like this filled completely with the between the charges, and before when there was an air or vacuum, force was 4 Newton. Now when I fill the medium with dielectric constant K, it becomes 2 Newton. And again if I want the force between the same two charges with medium 4 Newton, which parameter I supposed to change? I supposed to change the distance between the two charges, isn't it? तो अभी मैं क्या करूंगा? दो चार्जेस का डिस्टेंस को बढ़ा दूंगा, तो अभी इनको मैं यहां पे लाके रखूंगा, एंड दिस इज द मीडियम व्हाट वी हैव बिफोर. ओके, दिस इज K. Now see the distance increases, and now what is the force between them? It is 4 Newton again, and there is also medium. You got my point? Now the same way to got the relation between R and K, distance and dielectric constant, we have to assume that the force between these two charges, see this is our scenario here, this is our situation we have, this is our situation, we have two charges Q and Q, same charges, separate by distance R, and half of the medium is filled with dielectric constant, dielectric slab, and other half is filled with vacuum. And what is the thickness of this slab? It is half of this R, isn't it? Now if the force between these two charges are remain same even though there is a medium, and at R dash distance, so what we have to assume is, see here, assume at R dash distance the force between charges is same only. Okay, if you assume at R dash distance the force between them is same. देखो हमने क्या किया, ये मैंने आपको एग्जांपल दिया था, अज्यूमशन दिया था, एक दो चार्जेस थे Q1 Q2, दोनों के बीच में जब एयर था तो कितना फोर्स था? सपोज इट इज 4 न्यूटन. जब आप मीडियम ला के रखोगे तो फोर्स डिक्रीज होगा, और कितना डिक्रीज हुआ है, समझो ये 2 न्यूटन हुआ है, समझो। तो फिर से मुझे अगर 4 न्यूटन फोर्स चाहिए दोनों बीच के, तो हमें क्या चेंज करना पड़ेगा, मुझे डिस्टेंस बढ़ाना पड़ेगा, ठीक है। मीडियम के साथ इसका डिस्टेंस जो चेंज करना पड़ेगा, बेसिकली बढ़ाना मतलब हमें चेंज करना पड़ेगा, तो बढ़ाना नहीं है बेसिकली, तो डिस्टेंस बढ़ाए तो फोर्स कम होता है उल्टा, लेकिन हमें इसको चेंज करना है बेसिकली, तो अज्यूम करो हमें इसको चेंज करना पड़ेगा। एंड नाउ हियर, यहां पे डिस्टेंस क्या था जी, आर था, यहाँ पे आर था, तो इतना फोर्स था। अभी हमने डिस्टेंस चेंज करके आर डैश कर दिया, अभी फोर्स उतना ही है लेकिन डिस्टेंस आर डैश हो गया। द सेम मैनर वी हैव टू अज्यूम हियर आल्सो, assume that at a distance r dash the force between the charges is same, okay, then force between air is equal to force between the medium, if it is same, at which distance, at r dash distance. Now what is the force between the air between the charges, already we have the formula, it is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q square by r square is equal to, what is the force between the medium, 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into k, correct, into q square by r square. Now what is cancelled on both the side, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, q square r square get cancelled. It means, so see, these two forces are same weight, these two forces are weight at which distance, okay, so here I have to put at r dash, here I have to take r dash square, okay. So at this distance the force between air and medium becomes same, okay, at this distance when there is a dielectric medium between them. So here what cancel, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, q square get cancelled, and what remains, the remaining thing is we have r square is equal to k into r dash square, okay. Now when you root on both the side, what happens, r is equal to under root of k into r dash, okay. It means this is the relation between the k and r. So if r is the medium between the same two charges, if r is the medium between same two charges when it is in air, when you insert a dielectric medium at this much r dash distance, then what is the relation, what is r is equivalent to, r is equivalent to root k into r dash, isn't it, r is equivalent to root k into r dash, you got it. Now what the situation we have, now we have an idea that the relation between r and dielectric constant, we got an idea for this r dash distance, okay. तो अभी रिलेशन मिल गया हमें, तो यहाँ पे सिचुएशन क्या है जी, सिचुएशन क्या है, एक हाफ जो मीडियम है एयर से फील्ड है और हाफ जो मीडियम है वो डायलेक्ट्रिक मीडियम से फील्ड है, और ये हाफ डिस्टेंस r by 2 है, तो ये रिमेनिंग डिस्टेंस क्या हो जाएगा, एयर का डिस्टेंस, ये भी r by 2 हो जाएगा, ठीक है। नाउ लेट अस फाइंड आउट द फोर्स बिटवीन देम, नाउ फोर्स बिटवीन देम, let us call that the force between them is f dash with medium. So now it becomes 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, okay, q square divided by, now the half distance is filled with medium and half distance filled with air. Now half distance is r by 2 plus r by 2 whole square, okay. So what it becomes again r square, isn't it, half becomes only r square only, but this half is with medium, this half is with medium and this half with air. And what is the relation between r and dielectric coordinate, with if there is a medium, this is the relation what we have. Now just put the value here, we get the value of f dash 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q square divided by, now one is filled with air and one is filled with medium, so it becomes, let us take this is r by 2 with air first, plus another is filled with medium. With medium means what we have to do, we have to multiply root k with that distance, okay, just we have to multiply root k with that particular distance. So root k into r by 2 whole square, You got it? So this is for air, this is for medium. So the whole situation is half of the medium is filled with the medium and half is filled with the air. If total distance is r, then this is r by 2, this is r by 2. This r by 2 is with medium and this r by 2 is with air. So therefore total distance between, so what is the relation between r and k? We already got. For this r dash, if r is equivalent to root k times of r dash, then this is the relation between r and dielectric constant. So from the same formula we got, this is a half distance with air, this is a half distance with medium, whole square, distance square. Now what we have to do is, just we have to need to simplify this, isn't it? Now f dash is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. So what is the value of this 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught? It is 9 into 10 to the power 9, okay, into q square as it is, divided by q square divided by. Now the value of k is given already. The value of k is 4. Dielectric constant value is 4. Already it is given. Now what it becomes? It becomes r by 2 plus root 4 into r by 2 whole square. Now we have to solve this one. This becomes a, this becomes b. Now we have to use the formula a plus b whole square here. Okay. So I will simplify these things separately. So what is we have? We have r by 2 plus root 4 into r by 2 whole square. Now we will simplify this separately, a plus b whole square. This becomes a, this becomes b. So it is a plus b whole square. Let us simplify this. Okay. So a square means, what is the formula of this? A plus b whole square. A square first means first this square, next this square. Now a square means r by 2 whole square plus b square. Okay. Now b square, what is b? Root 4 r by 2 whole square, b square, plus a square plus b square plus 2ab, 2 r by 2 into root 4 r by 2, isn't it? Now it becomes what? R square by 4 plus, now see, root 4 becomes what? Root 4 becomes 2. So here 2 r by 2 whole square plus 2 r by 2 into again root 4. Root 4 becomes 2 r by 2, isn't it? Now what cancels here? Again we have to simplify. R square by 4 plus, it is what? 4 r square by 4 plus, again it is 4 r square by 4, isn't it? This becomes 4 r square by 4. So just what thing you bring outside? Just bring outside r square by 4. r square by 4 को कॉमन लेके आओ तो क्या बचेगा? यहाँ पे बचेगा 1. ओके, हियर यू गॉट 1, हियर यू गॉट 4 plus here you got 4, isn't it? And what it becomes? So 4 plus 4, 8 plus 9. So it is 9 by 4 into r square. So now finally we got this value, r by 2 plus root 4 r by 2 whole square. This becomes equal to what? 9 by 4 r square. Now we need to put here. Now we have to put here. This is okay. In the denominator we have to put here. Now again f dash. Now put this value. What is f dash? F dash is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9 into q square divided by 9 by 4 into r square, isn't it? So what is this? Don't disturb this one because this is a constant. Now see here, f dash is equal to, it is what? What is 9 and 10 to the power 9? It is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q square by r square into 9 by 4. It means that what is this? This is force between the two charges when it is in air, isn't it? Now what the entire situation becomes? The entire situation becomes the force between the two charges is equal to 9 by 4 times of the force between the same two charges when they are present in air. I hope you got this. Now see here, let us check the options. Let us check the options. Oh, see the options what we have. So the options is, one is F. ओके, तो जब हम एक डाइलेक्ट्रिक मीडियम डायरेक्ट्रिक स्लैब उसके अंदर इंसर्ट करते हैं हाफ, तो फोर्स बिटवीन क्या होगा, एफ होगा बोल के पूछा है, या 3/5 टाइम्स ऑफ एफ पूछा है, या 4/9 टाइम्स ऑफ एफ पूछा है, या 5/2 पूछा है. तो हमारा आंसर 4/9 आना है ना. ठीक है, तो ये रिवर्स हो जाएगा यहाँ पे. ओके ओके. हाँ, सो what we got 9/4. No, then 4 comes outside, becomes 4/9. Sorry, it becomes 4/9, not 9/4. It becomes 4/9. Yes, it becomes 4/9. That's of the air. So F dash, the new force, is equal to 4/9 times of F. So this is what we have. Okay, so this comes upside, so it is 9/4. Okay. Anyways, so will you got the answer now? The right answer is this one, 4/9 times of that of the force. So see, as I told you, this is a question from JEE. Yes, this is a question from JEE. So we have to, we have to use our brain. You have to understand the whole concept, and we need to solve it carefully. So already ಯಾಕೆ introduce ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ you got an idea that which kind of questions may be asked for JEE. So to understand, to get that knowledge, I introduced this question in this particular session. Okay, anyways, quite very easy here to understand. Let us move towards the next question. Okay, so see, the question is, among two discs A and B, first have radius 10 centimeter and the charge 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb, and the second have the radius of 30 centimeter and charge of 10 to the power minus 5 coulomb. When they are touched, charge on both QA and QB respectively will be. Okay, so here again this is a logical question, CET question. No need to solve anything because we have two charge disk A and B. The charge at A becomes 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb and charge at B is 10 to the power minus 5 coulomb, isn't it? So when they touch, what happens? When they touch, so whatever be the dimension of this disk, doesn't matter with that. What happened when these two discs becomes touch each other? Tell me what happened. When the two discs are touched each other, what happens? There is a transfer of charges. There is exchange of charges between these two discs, and the charges got exchanged until there is an equilibrium between the two discs. Means the charges are transferred until the two discs have equal charges. Okay, so charge at A becomes equal to charge at B, isn't it? So here no need to calculate because look at the options. Charge at A, after touch, they are saying charge at A is 2.75 microcoulomb and charge at B is 3.15 microcoulomb. They are saying like this. Again, according to B options, charge at A becomes this one, charge at B becomes this one. And what is the option C is saying? Charge at A and charge at B are all equal, which is equal to what? 5.5 microcoulomb. Yes, so this is the right answer. No need to think anything. This is a conceptual question. Because when this is the main thing we have to understand. When they are touched, charges on both the discs becomes equal, and this is the right answer what we have. No need to calculate anything. Okay, so this is a easiest question what we have. This is the easiest question, we can easily solve it. It's a logical questions. Okay, so for today's session, this much is enough. And for the next session from the same chapter, we'll discuss the questions on electric fields. Okay, so stay tuned for part 3 for this chapter. We discuss in part 3 about electric fields, questions on electric field and Gauss law. Okay, thank you for watching, and if you didn't subscribe the channel, please subscribe the channel soon. Okay, thank you.